Okay.
Computers are not my forte.
Really?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Chekian. I'm the bankruptcy lawyer of the group. Good to see everybody today. I want to talk to you a little bit while you're eating your scrambled eggs. A little bit about my practice as a bankruptcy lawyer. So this is sort of like a reverse bell curve, and it sort of indicates the timeline of a lot of my clients. So a year or two or three before, they're up here enjoying life. Down here is usually when they contact me. And then this is my process here. I get them back up to enjoying life again. So Los Angeles. So many people move here. There's so many transplants. They come here for the fresh air, the beautiful trees, the wonderful beaches. And bad slideshows.
Just hit the space bar.
Space bar.
Got it. So here's our beautiful beaches. We got the mountains a couple hours away. Country club life. This is the Riviera, by the way. Chilling out by the pool with some nice drinks. Enjoying your beautiful homes. This is probably one of David Parker's projects. I'm not sure. This is, I think, a car that was detailed by Startronics, Eddie. Who doesn't like a nice $5,000 bag? And these are like the most expensive shoes in the world, owned by Usher. So my clients like things. A lot of times, their cars are not nicer than mine, their houses are nicer than mine. They live beyond their means, and it's because it's Los Angeles. It doesn't happen in Milwaukee. It doesn't happen in Iowa. It happens here. And that's why LA is the bankruptcy filing capital of the world. There's some nice dinner you're probably having at BOA, and then the beautiful people. I think that's Don Draper there. So people love to flash their cash in LA. We've all been to the clubs and seen that, right? So this is the lifestyle a lot of my clients lead in the years before they come to see me. And then the worst happens. They start using the credit cards. So starts the downward slide towards my office. People just get upset. Really upset. One thing I've noticed, a lot of my clients, potential clients, have pets. The pets pick up on it. The pets get upset too. I'm telling you. It affects the whole family. All right, so here's where they contact me. Right down there. A lot of times this time of year, right after the holidays. And this is what I love, Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is the hallmark of my practice, because when it happens, it's quick, it's easy. If it's properly prepared, it's painless. And they're well on their way to see Rob Sims in about 4 months after their bankruptcy discharge to improve their credit. Foreclosure, a lot of people see me because of foreclosure. Foreclosure is one of the worst things that can happen, especially if you have a family, and it's embarrassing. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses, and you see the door knockers, and it's terrible. And it's terrible in many ways because not only are you losing your house and potentially your equity, and having to move out of your favorite school district, but you get inundated with phone calls and emails and letters, and the vultures come out who want to buy your home for all cash and things like that. Anyway, I can stop the madness, and that's one of the things I do, is help people save their house or get more time in their house through bankruptcy and sometimes non-bankruptcy alternatives. Okay, so again, here's my process right here. I get everybody going back on that line towards great FICO scores and happy dogs and money in the bank, just like that. So that's me. So look, I try to be a little bit lighthearted about it, but I do take it seriously. But come on, it's bankruptcy. You gotta have a sense of humor. I also I take my reputation very seriously because I handle a lot of contested cases. A lot of other bankruptcy attorneys give me their cases that they've messed up. And so having a good reputation with the judges and with the bankruptcy trustees who are often trying to sell houses or seize assets inside of bankruptcies, it's very important to have a reputation as somebody who's honest and a straight shooter, and that's what I've got. I'm constantly going to seminars and meeting judges and other attorneys on the creditor and debtor side as well. So Chapter 7 is basically, just so you can pick up on it if you want to refer anyone that you know to me, is the quick and easy one where you typically wipe out debts and stop judgments and lawsuits and wage garnishments. You can wipe out older tax debt and a whole panoply of things. Chapter 13 is typically for my higher income clients or for who can't qualify for Chapter 7. Potentially you pay off just a portion of your debt. Or for people who are in foreclosure and essentially they want to get a loan to pay back their debt from the court. And then creditor work. I do a lot of creditor work also, and not just representing debtors. So I've got a very well-known entertainment attorney. I just got him almost $200,000 from a sale of a house. I was the third attorney that he hired on the case. So that's about it. Are there any other questions for me? Are there any questions for me? Yes, Mark.
Just have a quick testimonial. So over the years, I've worked on a number of cases with Mike, and one of the things that stands out immediately is how easy he is to work with. He's a solution-oriented attorney. He's very even keel and kind of measured. And he gets to the bottom of things. He doesn't try to create issues. He tries to resolve them, and it's a real pleasure to work with him. We just call each other up once in a while just to talk about cases, but also just in working with him on mutual cases. He's a very effective attorney.
And thank you, and right back at you, Mark. A lot of my cases spill over into the litigation arena, and he's helped me out on at least 2 or 3 cases where I felt lost, and he turned, probably saved my client a couple $100,000 of legal fees and potential judgments just because of his expertise. Peter.
What are the judgments or the liens that survive bankruptcy? You don't get rid of them.
Good question. So creditors have approximately 3 months from the time of a typical bankruptcy filing to complain about the discharge, either because the person didn't list all their assets in the case, or because the debt that's owed to that creditor is fraud-based. And so a lot of my cases involve that. Yes, ma'am.
Another testimonial. I've called on Mike several times with bankruptcy questions. In fact, I called him last week because I was trying to figure out if bankruptcy was a strategy for a client that was being foreclosed on. He's very knowledgeable. He literally calls you back right away, and I have no hesitation referring to him.
Yes, Rob.
Is there a minimum amount of debt that you recommend a person have before filing bankruptcy?
I usually tell them to steer clear if it's 10,000 or less. I always try to talk them out of. If I feel like they can possibly pay it back, and they have a good FICO score already, they have a lot to lose, as you know. So if they've got 10 or 15,000 of credit card debt and they're current on everything, unless there's no light at the end of the tunnel and they really don't care about their credit score, I'll tell them, look, don't do it. Yes?
I understand in seeking out a referral for you, you just said listen, what can we just support for referral?
Well, you watch for the tears. It's things like lost jobs, divorces, separations. They pay for dinner and the credit card comes back declined. But you have to be sensitive. It's not the kind of thing you can just, hey, you know any good bankruptcy lawyers? You can't just like bring it up. You have to wait for them to come to you. So if it's a trusted friend, then you're going to get the referral. If it's somebody who's a stranger, maybe not.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Big round of applause for